See if that happens for Team Falcons here, or TLPH takes this one quickly.
Yeah, we're looking at the roam mid-trio trades early on. If anyone's going to be forced to use a flicker, a battle spell, very early, forced to go back, losing minion waves and levels for themselves. Or, add to that also, again, who gets to flank EXP lane first?
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
This is what I'm talking about, man. And it's funny because they're the typical combo, the Valentina Khalid, are across from each other, but they do poke each other quite down. But at least for the Khalid, for JP, you can go ahead and just kind of heal yourself back up. He's going to go ahead and secure this side of the jungle too for KARL as Ogwen's trying to get that information over here.
Yeah, good man marking onto KARL. So Falcons have the laning red right now. Teddy going up against his signature pick and handling the laning well so far against Super Marco.
Yeah, that was the Purify.
Yeah.
Already forced out.
By the way, Kyle didn't go straight for his orange. What he did was a purple route, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. They were the ones that got litho. Then he went into the jungle of TLPH, got a green camp, did not get the gold crab, and now is going to get a late orange buff.
And that's just because he had the information he needed from that Ogwen provided on this hill right here. So decides to go that route, sets himself up to go ahead and get a good early rotation. We'll see if they actually try to make a play before the turtle comes up, but with these kind of lineups, I'm not sure if that's going to be something they want to do here. Takes a visit in the mid lane, but they just ultimately want to set up for the objective.
Yeah. Okay, there's just so much mobility for both of these mid duos going up against each other. But they're both setting up for this first turtle.
Yeah, Flap now level 4. Sanford not yet. He just needs to get that EXP grab, and TLPH are helping him get that.
Yeah, Sanji, gotta be careful. There's multiple members waiting for him there.
Yeah, Haji took his feathered airstrike too, so the fight for the first turtle.
Okay, JP, they're trying to take him down already. That's
Sanford.
energy eruption already committed. JP falls first. Sanford trying to look for Haji. The flicker's forced out, but Sanford uses his flicker just the same. The feathered airstrike gets cancelled, but the turtle goes over to Falcons, and Flap is still chasing after Sanji!
Oh, even with the... I mean, they secured the turtle. They're still going to be fighting it out in the jungle, though.
Yep, JB going back. KARL though gets caught. It's a double. Flap takes him down, and JP's next.
That's a hot start for the Falcons. They get the turtle. They're going to get the orange buff, despite the great impact of Sanford on that Sora, canceling out the feathered airstrike really quickly. Sanji with his own FAS.
Okay, that's another cancel. Fortunately, got the orange buff, though.
Okay, he got it. At least Sanji got it.
At least Sanji got it.
I gotta say too, going back to that fight, great job by Sanford to stick on Haji to kind of lock him down, but they lost that fight, man. Even with that, Team Falcons just showcasing that, you know, they've been around these turtle dances, these lord dances so many times, especially with this kind of lineup, that they know that target acquisition they have to go for and ultimately get the upper hand. Now with this, it's 1,000+ lead for them, but they're going to continue to press on the wound.
Okay,
JP.
it's a back shield unit. JP couldn't even use the quick sand guard. They're just pushing forward every single time.
Yeah, let's see who's going to get this purple buff. Both junglers have their retributions.
Okay.
Easy puts it in the bush.
Oh, Ogwen doing such a great job here. Still, KARL gets to secure his purple buff.
So we saw from the earlier trade the difference in the impacts between the Sora and the Phoveus. Because of the damage profile, let's look at Team Liquid Philippines. They don't necessarily have something that will mess up this Phoveus early on, because we know how Phoveus excels with longer team fights, how long he can drag a team fight out, jump in on you, the spell vamp that he'll be able to get as well, the damage that he's constantly dealing, that you're not really going to feel damage onto Flap's Phoveus up until Teddy Cutie joins in the fight. So Liquid is going to be now looking to slow things down a little bit, try to stop Falcons from getting into a massive 5K, 6K gold lead, and then once Teddy Cutie starts joining in, they can be a little bit more comfortable trying to take the EXP laner down.
Yeah, just look at Flap. He's starting things up all by himself. Raging Sandstorm though, and there goes the ultimate coming in from Sanford as well. They finally find the kill on Ogwen, but can they still last? That's Haji, Flap, and Kyle already working with KARL. Somehow still gets to survive, but not for long. Sanji now joining in. There's another Infernal Pursuit. JP might just get away from this, but Flap says no.
5 5-0-1 for Flap right now, and he just goes and slams down on TLPH.
That's what I'm talking about. And he first built the Dreadnought armor as his item, meaning that even the damage being dealt to him by the Sora has decreased. The damage being dealt to him by JP and KARL has decreased. So yeah, this is the unfortunate reality of the Team Liquid Philippines lineup early on. Again, you're just waiting. You're looking at Team Liquid for Steady Teddy to come online.
Yeah, this is why we put so much emphasis on the EXP lane matchup in the keys to victory yet again, or probably almost every single time these two teams go up against each other. Well, let's see how this goes. The Turtle already below half HP. JP using the quick sand guard. Ogun also from behind. Sanji using the feathered airstrike from far away. Flap, there's just no one able to deal with this guy.
This is just a fun time for Ophovius at this point. Turtle secured now for Team Falcons, and there is not an answer for Flap currently, as he just has free reign on whoever he decides to go on.
First pick Baxia too, working really well for Falcons. KARL has not gone down yet. The value of the Tortoises Puissance, very good. No build on any dominance eyes, but they did get glowing wand priority for Haji, so you still get the stacking of the healing reduction.
Okay, a little 1v1 here. Heaven's Wrath used by Sanford.
Oh,
Three-man rotation down bottom though. Teddy, at least he gets to keep himself safe, but they lose that turret.
Well-timed rotation by Falcons to finally get Super Marco out of lane at the same time. Well-timed defense by Liquid to make sure that Teddy will not get taken out by a surprise gank by Falcons. So again, still very even. Both teams clearly understand their own conditions. They're just playing for it. Still a very close game. There's a chance Liquid can turn this around, but you do really need Teddy involved. But the question is, how will it go when Super Marco is involved? Will you actually have enough to deal with both the Claude and the Phoveus on the side of Falcons?
Take a look right now. Both gold laners are basically having the time of their life, farming up. You know, they haven't had to be in too much of this just because the rest of the members on both sides are doing everything they need to do. So that is a great question to see just exactly how it's going to change once you lead into that first big objective, once this either turtle is taken again by Team Falcons, then we get to the Lord, because by that time, definitely both gold laners will have that trinity of items they're looking for and be a big part of winning the team fight for the team here.
Yeah, speaking of trinity, Super Marco decided to go for the Claude path of building the Swift Crossbow, not full building that into Corrosion Scythe, but then going DHS right after that, because now that he's out of the lane and he has DHS and a Swift Crossbow, it's a soft, almost there trinity that he also actually has the lifesteal to be able to sustain himself during the fights. That's why they get Falcons, they get Marco out of lane, make him join up so that he'll be more difficult to take down.
Okay, so this third turtle of the game is up. We'll see if they get control of it or not, but they're going to actually force Sanford quite low. Oh, Ogwin!
Okay, now speaking of Teddy joining, they actually find Ogwin there. Appraiser's Wrath already used. Flap though, still. Somehow look at the damage already coming in from Sanji. Forces out the flicker. And now Sanford going in. There's a taunt onto KARL. But they have one member down.
Ogwin's taken out, but you still have two very strong frontliners for Falcons. They overloaded their front line to set things up now for Super Marco. And it's also a tanky front line that can win the early to mid. But as we see, TLPH have got Teddy involved. They're trading out towers and the sides. Teddy was able to get a kill on the board. It's very even, very Titans. It's just going to blow up into one big fight.
Yeah, and that's going to happen around this Lord here. So as they fight for control, we'll see exactly how they manage Super Marco at the same time, because he's just sitting down on this bottom side. Sanford will push him off. But still, it's TLPH knowing that it's kind of great if they can get a pick off. If not, they go full-on fight Team Falcons. But so far, it's maintaining distance from Flap. Now, Flap doesn't have his flicker, which they might even wait for and just try to delay the Lord take till all this is available for them. But that's one thing to take note of, too. Even that small lead that Team Falcons has right now, if Flap goes down and he gets shut down and let's say it goes to Teddy, that's a whole lot of gold.
Oh, that's massive. Wings by wings canceled by KARL and his entry. Now that's a crucial pickoff, but it's Falcons this time.
Because even Sanji used the flicker there, so that's a big win for Falcons. Team Liquid are trying to contest.
Okay, they might want to try, but KARL has his back shield immunity once again. Ulti already committed by Teddy here, but KARL TZ gets isolated all alone, gets picked off by Super Marco. JP looking like the next target, so Sanford and Teddy have no choice but to run away.
That was such a good decision from Team Falcons. They knew they had a numbers advantage, but then KARL's like, well, I'm a baxia. I'm just going to take a trip around to the back line, finds KARL right there, and then they go ahead and get themselves a kill, plus a secure on the Lord.
Falcons really do not give a damn about the box of Team Liquid Philippines right now. They know how easily they can just penetrate the formation, break down the Team Liquid Philippines strategy, dive Sanji without Sanji. It's too much to ask from the carry. JP also has suffered 6 deaths in this game as well. 3 for KARL. Falcons might be on the way here, but again, with these two, they do have that weird tendency. Lord 1 trying to march into the base. They end up taking a lot. Look at how many belts that baxia has, man. I know he's going for Sky Guardian helmet, but that's crazy. No wonder he's so beefy.
Hey, you know what? If only you could wear 3 belts in real life.
I've tried it. It's not fun.
Okay, well, he's got the Guardian helm now. And so that's locked in. They still have the Lord down bot. It's going to take out this tier 2 turret in the bottom side. They're trying to make a play up here, though, so Torrent's going to be used by Sanford, but they're really just trying to staunch some of this bleeding that's happening across the map. Yeah. You can see in a matter of minutes, the lead ballooning now for Team Falcons.
Didn't even get to force the Purify out for Super Marco. So a lot of their key members have remained deathless up to this point, but at least they get to work and defend their holy shield. Oh, wait.
Oh, they almost kept it up.
Oh, no. JP will get punished here, though. That's a knock-up, another from the Dark Wave. Sanford can't find the setup, too. They're just trying to defend their base turrets.
Classic Claude move, man. Make it seem like you're gonna get taken out, but then you're fine, and then your team jumps, and whoever decided to jump on you. seventh death for JP.
Yeah, definitely a tough one for JP this game from start to this point right now. And you know, you've all been there. You've all seen the roamers feel like that, and it's a frustrating place to be in, because even though you're supposed to be one of those frontliners or setters for the team, you're kind of just getting blown up, and you gotta almost rely on someone else to help you set things up or at least be there. But even then, you know, you're looking at the itemization difference. Gold lane, Teddy has had quite a bit of time to farm up. He's got a Trinity, but he's just the problem is, and this is what we see with a lot of carries when they're locked into a composition. If they don't have the space to work with, they're almost non-existent. Like, we've seen that before. Yes, he got a solo kill earlier on, or he got a kill on Ogwen, sorry, but he's not able to actually utilize these items that he has on the carry just yet.
It's it's TNC week 1 type of situation that we're seeing. Although he did, get a kill earlier, but that was when the team fight was sort of split up, when it favored them a bit more. But I doubt at this point that Falcons will even allow that to happen, because even looking at their lineup, I think the only person who could just really go and split, at least now that they're in the lead, is Marco, who could just easily catch up too.
Yeah, look, 3-level gap between Marco and Teddy right now. 15 for Marco, 12 for Teddy. And consider the fact that Falcons doesn't even have, well, based on the last item check that we saw, any direct counter items for this carry, and they're still doing fine. No Dommy, no Chastise, no Blade Armor. It's just raw brute force defense that's messing up the row mid trio. That even then, at this point, with Teddy being there, now there's finally a Chastise Pauldron that Teddy has to watch out for on Ogwen that will slow down his attack speed. Dare I say, because of how we saw it, Falcons have won the draft through the Phoveus EXP lane.
Yeah, Flap's start in this game and just how dominant he's been throughout this is exactly why he was highlighted in the keys to victory here for this matchup. And so they'll go ahead and fight for positioning around this Lord. KARL does pick up a Pauldron himself, but I'm not sure if, depending on what JP is able to do here alongside KARL, but Flap jumps in again. Let's see if there's a response, just kind of heat checking TLPH.
Yeah.
Gaining space here.
Okay, Kyle with the Baxia Shield Unity, but this is enough. This is enough space to work with. Liquid will not contest.
So you don't have to fight. You don't have to force anything. If you just whittle down JP and they have no entry point.
Yeah, they couldn't. And with the Siege too, yes, there is a Farsa, but it's only a 2-item Farsa. Even with the Divine Glaive Rush, there's already 3 Athena shields. Falcons can, my favorite statement, throw bodies. Team Liquid Philippines, when it comes to the base siege, that will provide all the ample space for Super Marco. There are still 2 base turrets, I believe 3 base turrets that Falcons needs to bleed through. They have to manage the top and bottom lane minion wave, but this could be an end angle already.
Yeah, it's going to be so tough for Teddy to actually do his job here. Though he does have the flicker, so they could probably take advantage of that in terms of repositioning and finding the right targets. These are 3 waves synced up, near perfect by Falcons, so they're bound to lose. hopefully, or for Falcons, they definitely want to lose all. Oh, but that's a setup coming in from JP. Surprising damage coming in from Liquid as well. Multiple flickers burned. That's Sanford going on to the back line as well. Still flickers to safety as well. Liquid have actually lost just one base turret from that. Now make it 2.
Okay, they still have a minion wave in bottom, but I think, yeah, Team Liquid Philippines will now push out and stop Falcons' siege. See if they can get a win here. If they can get the purple buff plus a kill. No, well, Falcons are not going to show themselves to allow that.
Okay.
There's still one base turret for Liquid. Not over yet.
2 turrets down off that Lord push. A healthy lead here for Team Falcons. And they know they don't have to force it. That's one of the situations. It was also... It's one of these compositions for TLPH where they should have a decent defense when it comes to the base defense and clear things out, but they might be overzealous here.
Oh my goodness, Ogun and KARL both went on KARL at the same time! But that's a Raging Sandstorm setup. Teddy getting to land his basic attack. Flap though getting shredded as well! A setup from Sanford shutting down Flap! Now on killing spree, but he gets traded out as well. Sanji somehow finds another kill, but now it's KARL and Super Marco finding Teddy!
Sanji and JP have to run back. Marco! The difference maker was the Valentina. Sanji with the flicker, the stun!
Okay, Curse of Crow! Marco does not force it.
They have minions. Top, mid, Feathered Airstrike back for Sanji. JP has good wave clear as well.
They're gonna clear as much as they can. Super Marco though will definitely still give it a try. There are minions that are still gonna march in. A Terrify on JP, but he still gets the last Raging Sandstorm, not for long. Will this be enough? The wave clear, the retry from KARL still defends the base.
They bought enough time to stay in the game. They have to continue to defend, let themselves get back into the game. But man, TLPH somehow didn't lose there. Team Falcons, they went for a fight in the mid lane. Super Marco was able to join. It was a shutdown though on Flap, so we do have some of that gold going over to TLPH, but nonetheless, Team Falcons still in full control. They do have control around this Lord here, and now it's going to be interesting. Does TLPH take what just happened and try to do something about this? But without JP, there's nothing they can do.
It's a blitz for Falcons, and Liquid will need to pull off another miracle with this defense. The minions are going to look great for Falcons with the siege. 8,000 gold lead. That was the best looking fight for Liquid since the early portions of this game, yet it still took way too much to get what looked like a measly win. Falcons, it's endable, but will Liquid pull off another miracle?
I think with this, Team Falcons has this win in sight, depending on how they approach the space, because now you only have that one base turret down on bot that TLPH can play against, and at the same time, this is going to be crucial in how they decide to defend using that Feathered Airstrike.
Look, 3 Chastised Pauldrons for the side of Falcons, Winter Crowns there, Steady Teddy just waiting for the last item. I believe it's a Malefic Gun, but he already has a Wind of Nature. Ogun with a Conceal, they're pushing back Liquid.
Yeah, they get to reveal the Conceal play though. KARL showing up. Back to Shield Unity. They have to defend the Lord first, but it's already inside the base. And now Falcons will literally just keep throwing bodies. And they're working on the base as much as Liquid wants to defend. Falcons will take game number 1.
I mean, they've been spending a lot of time in the gym together as a